How to unstuck from always being late. I'm always late, going to places late, and late on my deadlines, haven't started or finished any of my bigger goals and dreams. I need help. Acknowledge your emotional addiction. It wasn't until I acknowledged my emotional addiction, I stopped this pattern of being late. What do you normally feel? Trying to get there, mission impossible on time, knowing that you're going to be late. How do you feel? What do you feel? What emotions? Normally it's a level of stress, but there's a level of excitement as well, right? There's all these survival-based emotions, concoction of a cocktail that you feel, right? I realized why I kept on being late is because I was secretly addicted to this feeling, being on the edge, stress. I was addicted to it. And that's why no matter how I was organizing my life, always was late, always was fashionably late. It's because emotions, think about this, are very addictive. So emotions, whatever you're feeling every day, if you're feeling it every day, then it's no different to whatever you can get addicted to. Cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, no different. Chocolate is all an addiction. So if an addiction is something that's hard to give up, are you going to have withdrawal symptoms anytime you try to quit it? You bet. So let's say tomorrow you promise, you know what? I'm going to overcome my addiction to stress. I'm going to ensure I wake up early, get there on time, not late. Let's say you wake up tomorrow and you are feeling relatively calm first thing in the morning. Well, you notice your mind begins to get to work to ensure you feel some of that stress. Maybe your mind's like, oh, this is too early. Put that snooze alarm on, right? Or maybe your mind's like, oh, do you remember what happened to you in the past? How did that make you feel? And all of a sudden you begin to trigger stress again. You begin to feel normal. And as you get to work, right, you're trying to make it on time. All of a sudden you get stuck in traffic and you're like, oh my God, can't believe I'm stuck in traffic. Now you're stressing yourself out, but at the same time feeding addiction. You get to work, right? Your boss is looking at you funny that day. What do? You interpret it in a negative way. It makes you feel stress all day long. Think about this. You begin to repeat this pattern. Afternoon, evening, until eventually, think about this become what's called your emotional home. Your emotional home. It's important for you to acknowledge your emotional home because without you becoming aware of what is my emotional home, regardless of what you accomplish in your life, you'll always find a way to get home. It's important for you to know what's your emotional home because you'll notice without you acknowledging this, you cannot really give up what you are secretly addicted to. Yes? Because the size of our prefrontal cortex, we as human beings have the power to trigger emotions from thought alone. If I was to say to you, can you think of something in your life that kind of puts a smile on your face? The chances are you can think of something, right? If I was to say to you, can you think of something that will stress you out right now and make you feel like you're not good enough? The chances are you can definitely think of something right now. Yes? So when we, think about this, can trigger our emotions from thought alone, it means we can become addicted to our own thoughts. You become addicted to the same old thoughts because that is associated with that emotion. Yes? You repeat that process enough and before long, you're addicted to emotions, thoughts, that way of being, thinking, acting, identity associated with it. And you're truly trapped in the very programs that you're trying to let go of. So what's the solution? Transcend, become aware of, all right, I'm late again. What do I feel? Infer the meaning. Who do I currently see myself as? What's my emotional home? What emotion do I most consistently feel? Can any of you think of this right now? For those of you who are aware of yourself. At one point this week, it was definitely anxiety and stress, right? I noticed I was feeling that more so than often than not. My mind was taking control of me, right? What was it for you though? Maybe at some points, some of you is more excitement, joy, right? Become aware of this. That is a first step to transcending, taking control of this, overcoming the addiction and so forth.